my fight! Samoa! Away the door! Yeah! Yeah! So! Samoa! Away the door! Samoa! So! Samoa! Away the door! Samoa! Samoa! Go! So we are! Yeah, fucked up my source. Now you're ready to learn this. It's awesome, more than my summer.
Vossi, I saw David Farlongo's son Bailey, an 8-year-old, at the hotel this morning, and he said, "You watch Dad lead the Sifitau."
Yeah. Well, beauty. Some of the translation, here I come completely prepared. My strength is at its peak. Make way and move aside because this team is unique. That is some of the translation, as now we stand by for the haka.
These are boys.
They mean business, don't worry about that.
Righto. Good luck, boys.
Let's have some fun in Game 3 of the Four Nations. Tim Laffey gets us underway. He was married last weekend. Welcome to his honeymoon. And the Kiwis in possession, 19 metres away from their own line.
Hey, Dave.
Ground in sunshine to start it. A daytime test match really does invite some entertaining football here today. Kiwis 30-12 winners over Australia. Samoa went down by 6 to England. And Taumalolo with a touch on that left edge. Taken low down in the tackle of Sue, one of a number of young Tigers and older Tigers on show today. West Tigers, that is, from the National Rugby League. Bromwich with an offload. Luke on the end of it. Didn't he pay a price for that tackle on Sonny Bill Williams? Misses a grand final, misses a test win over Australia. Now Mannery. Dangerous first raid for New Zealand. First set, they're 30 metres out from the line. Foreign, not a high kick, getting back foot. Oh, Simona does well. Does enormously well under pressure from the chasers coming through. Sean Kenny-Dow there.
Great take from Simona. I thought he would have been having nightmares about the bombs coming down from Sean Johnson after the havoc he created at Suncorp last week. Did well.
And just watching here, I just saw Josh Maguire get into dummy half. He is playing dummy half for Samoa. That's extraordinary. The Brisbane Broncos front rower is the makeshift dummy half until Peter Godinay comes on. Have a look at this.
Let's just have a look at the third that they play as well. It'll be right amongst it. No wider than 10 each side of the posts, I would suggest.
Third time these two nations have met in a test match as Kyle Stanley was hit hard after kicking. Nightingale on the end of that kick. They first played a test match in 2010. New Zealand won that 50-6 in Auckland. And then that World Cup encounter last year that finished with New Zealand winning 42-24. But at one stage they led 36-4 and got back to 36-24.
This is okay. Blair in the action. Right into the rib cage of Stanley. Manu gets his first card up of the football.
So now 40 metres away from the line and 4 and across to the right side. Johnson, sharp build-up. Hickey, brilliant hands. On it came from Farray. Nightingale down that right corner. Takes on Samoa. Loses the ball. Met front on.
Ian,
well, hang on a second.
I've got tackle 4. No try. Can you just make sure that's not a strip there, please, mate?
Henry Perinara just checks the strip. It was rather nonchalant to chase through to force it if it was going to be a try from a strip.
I've called that.
You mentioned the hands of Hiku. Even more so, I want you to see the hands of Faro when you get a replay. This is the last option. Simona somewhat misses with the high shot, trying to wrap him up. And then as he goes to ground, well, he's lost that, Jason Nightingale. Didn't really look like he was stretching out, did he? Once he got the football, he was sort of somewhat laboured once he had some space. Good cover defence, Tim Laffey as well.
Well, that's the sort of charge you would expect Manu to take at the fullback, not Nightingale. And that was brave work, confirmed no try. And a big boost for Simona, his second test. He took on Nightingale, and he comes off a winner.
Have a look at the hands here. Beautiful from Johnson. Hiku one, then two. Faro, beautiful. And just here, he seems to have stumbled or didn't really get himself into full stride. He thought he could get there with a little bit of way on. But credit to the defence of Samoa.
And that football, an example of what can happen. Daytime test match. Beautiful crisp hands early in the opening 3 minutes of this one.
Let's get him all the way in, Peter. Sean behind your scrum. Right,
Samoa up against the Four Nations champions of 2010. Interesting, the 3 times we've had a Four Nations tournament. New Zealand have failed to qualify for the final in 2 of those 3 times we've staged it. But they did win the title in 2010. So Laffey with the play the ball, and Maguire. Remarkable few weeks. I mean, Josh Maguire could have been a front row for Australia, and then he's a prop and lock, and now he's hooker.
Well, there's more strings to Josh's boat. He plays centre next, fullback, wing, you watch. Isn't it great to see just one referee and the attention they're giving it here? It means the referee will pretty much dominate the defensive line and won't adjudicate on the ruck, so players get away with a little bit more on the ruck, but doing well.
And Perinara has got them back about 11 metres at the moment. Armau back to the 40. St George Illawarra Dragon in the forward pack for Samoa. Now Maguire. Look, I've got to say, service is pretty good at this point. Strong run back from Lou. Good football, Samoa. Their first visit to the New Zealand half. Last tackle for the Samoans. Maguire, out it comes for Roberts, left foot. Not going to be easy for any catcher today with this breeze. It comes down in no man's land, then came off the hand, I thought, of Suaso Su. So changeover. Welcome to all our viewers across Sky Sport in New Zealand and Channel 9's Gem in Australia and Premier Sports in the UK.
And this is exactly where Samoa need to get their game on song. Their last play options. So they get an offload in a set of 6. They've got New Zealand on the back foot. And then a no contest or a poor last play option.
I will tell you more about that breeze. I was watching the curtain raise of the under-16s as New Zealand with some determined running back over the 40 and Kenny Dow centre field. But at some times the flags at one end of the ground were fluttering quite strongly, and then at other times at the same time at the other end they were still. It's a really fluky breeze here.
But exactly the same as yesterday afternoon, Vossi, when the captain's runs were on the both sides. The breeze got stronger as the afternoon went on, so we'll pick up.
Kiwi centre field, 25 metres out, Foran, he was great last week. Now Hiku, another good touch, intercept, and up it comes for Monga. He's away, he is 6, stretching out, there's no cover to stop him. Luke is chasing, here comes Johnson, they won't get him. Tata Monga, redemption day for the young cowboy. He has run 80 metres to score, missed last weekend against England, into the side today and scores the first try.
Well done, Tautai Monga. Had to go the distance. Johnson was coming across, but he got too much of a lead. The Kiwis have done all the hard work. Have a look at Hiku here. He holds the ball up too long, and then if he had thrown the short ball to Kenny Dow, he was a chance. But it goes astray in his hands. The fend, left arm fend for Monga, and then there's open spaces. No one really coming. A gift.
And there it was. Manu wasn't going to turn around and be able to chase him down. Foran couldn't cover. Luke was trying. Nightingale, or rather Mannering, wasn't going to get close. And what a moment for the 20-year-old former Rooster, now a North Queensland Cowboy, and now a Samoan international. Scores inside 6 minutes.
The Kiwis had success the first time they go to the right with the block shape. This time on the left. Just confusion more than anything in the last pass. Well done to Samoa. Tough kick this for Tim Laffey. Straight into the heart of a breeze. Probably pick out the right post and then let it drift towards the left.
Looking for 6-0 for Samoa. Oh, geez, that well right. So no goal, but 4-0 Samoa over New Zealand.
Good start by both teams. An offload in each set of 6. And then miscommunication and a poor ending to a raid down the left side. Sees Tauto Monga. So you beauty, unnamed. We'll get the boys off to a good start.
3 tries in 11 games this year once he linked up with the Cowboys. But one of those 3 players disciplined for a nightclub incident, as we refer to it, before game 1 of the tournament. And today, Sao Su and Monga get a chance back in the side. So, a bit of a surprise. Samoa 4 lead the Kiwis 0. Remembering last time they met, it got to 36-4. Now Maguire takes them left side. Here is Pritchard. Plenty of experience at all levels. 27 tests for New Zealand. Big Frankie. He'll turn 31 on Monday, as a matter of fact. Now Maguire. On it comes for Isaac Liu, the Rooster. 3 metres short of halfway. Lovely low tackle there by Adam Blair. But real purpose about this Samoan side. And Maguire is having a stormer. Is Wayne Bennett watching? Andrew McCulloch's getting nervous at Brisbane. They have a new hooker. Hiku is underneath it. Steady and run up for the catch.
Great set of 6 from Samoa. Couple of scoots to start it. Work out a dummy half. Found Pritchard on the left edge, who made good yards. As Manu comes in and makes only 10 before he's put on 3 defenders in his face. And then the last play option was a kick with plenty of height, but this time no chase.
Kiwis in possession. Inside their 30, they'll get a penalty. And that will put this Samoan defence under a little bit of pressure. Last year's World Cup, Samoa ended up being knocked out in the quarterfinals by Fiji. That was up in Warrington, 22-4. And as we know, New Zealand went in to the final at Old Trafford and were wiped out by the Kangaroos.
Arwen, tell us about the atmosphere there, sideline, mate. Are the Kiwis getting a little nervous?
I'll tell you what, outstanding. All the Samoan fans, once that ball was taken in and the Samoan player had pinned his ears back, they were on their feet, waving their flags, shirts were off. It's outstanding. The sun's out. Beautiful place to be watching rugby league.
Arwen Guttenbill, former New Zealand international and a local from this Northland region. Second ball on the field, just a temporary hold-up. New Zealand, well, you have a false start, ladies and gentlemen. Dogs back in the boxes. And now the green light's on. Luke at dummy half, 30 metres away from the line. Bromwich and Foran. Still the work of New Zealand looks ominous.
Isaac, let's go!
Taumalolo will play at centre field, and this is a test. They conceded 5 tries last week, Samoa against England. Mind you, they scored 5 of their own. Good footwork there from Bromwich, centre field. 11 metres away. They've got Johnson and Proctor on the right. They come to the left. Luke is going to dart out. Beautiful ball to Foran. Did he lose it? Did he get it down? Now it's run back to the field of play. Look out, Simona. But I think Perenara will come back and check it. Yes, he will. I'm looking for reaction from Kieran Foran. I think he's of the belief he scored.
Can you check for that ground?
And so does Henry Perenara. Your call, Daryl.
Just how much space was there for the Kiwis? Isaac Luke had that ball in his hands for an eternal age. Samoa not coming up off their line and even wanting to shut the ball down. Kieran Foran just running a nice hole. Here he is here, Luke out. Look how much time he's got before finally being cleaned up. Nice left foot step from Foreign. Sit on the fence there on that angle. I'll have a look at this one, Vossi.
Yeah, I've got to say,
does he reach out there? And yeah, nice.
It's enough for one. Henry Perinara doesn't have a great view of this. He's sort of got the goalpost padding between where he was standing and where Foreign put this down. But when you freeze it like that, he's in the process of losing control, but he's got enough to score the try.
When Tim Simona picked the ball up for Samoa, the Kiwis, you should have seen them. They're all on their edge.
4-all scoreline here at Toll Stadium. Foreign gets the reply to the runaway try by Monga.
Good yards up through the middle. Bromwich to the fore as well, 2 offloads to his game. And then Foreign, somewhat the architect of the team last week and guiding them around. Selfless in giving the ball when needed, but this time sees the opportunity for himself to actually step and run himself. I saw him doing some individual running here yesterday on the stadium at the end of the captain's run, and he was doing exactly that. He would catch the ball in his left arm, getting it to the left, and prop off his left at the same time.
The more I watch it, the more I think he hasn't scored when I watch it at other angles. But it's
don't watch it anymore.
Well, exactly. It's been locked in. I actually wrote on my NRL column this week, the NRL.com column, that we have a lot of great players in the National Rugby League. I've got no problem putting Foreign up there in that great list. Gee, he was tough last week too, you know, the toughness of his game, and we see it week in, week out with Manly. He was terrific last week. Johnson to put his side in front. Johnson does that, and it's 6-4 to the Kiwis.
I think when you get the likes of Kieran Foreign, you get a balance between someone who doesn't talk the game the whole time, but performs the game the whole time, and you see the growth in the player. And there's no great emotion than that in itself.
I just looked away for that replay. I'm going cold on that one.
No early ones! Stay behind!
So 2-point margin, 11 minutes gone. Game living up to expectations, although there's a fair proportion of this crowd, and I don't mind saying me included, who are waiting for Mossy Masoi to come on and Sui Matangi to come on for the Kiwis. Masoi for Samoa. Throw them in the mix. Well, there's Manu. Here's Portland lower on his backside, then lost the ball. And New Zealand still have it.
You know, BJ Lelua's got 10 kilos on Manu. What a collision.
Nice how do you do? 23 metres out from the line. Now Luke on to Bromwich. What a good player he is. Storm Player of the Year. And every bit of Test player these days. Jesse Bromwich. Luke to the right. Johnson on to Proctor. Great first half against the Kangaroos on that right edge. Damaging it was. Tackled low down there by Roberts. They're 10 inside their own half. And now Farah, quick hands forward. No, Nightingale's thrown it out the back. Kenny Dow can't get to it. Then it's fallen into the arms of Vatuve. And Manu will get it up to halfway, but a luck there for the Kiwis.
So the outside backs of New Zealand coming in to do a little bit of work after the hit up from Bromwich and nearly making a meal of it. Good kick from Foreign. Does it hit the sideline? No. Too far. Touch and goal. So there you go. Nightingale had come in from the right wing and was on the left-hand side of the field, or left-hand side of the post, to do some work. Foreign a little bit ginger, copping a little knock perhaps.
Yeah, he is on the left leg. Maybe a slight cork there for Kieran Foreign. He's in the hands of the trainers now. And Samoa are back in possession, 29 metres out from their own line. But entertaining first 13 minutes here. Toll Stadium in Whangarei. There is Foreign. He's defending back in his normal spot on that left side for the Kiwis. Chance for Samoa to test him out. Yeah, he's revelling in this. You've got to remember Frank Pritchard played only 10 games for the Bulldogs this year. So he's nice and fresh for this end of the season. Tory's Peck, back to game we called for Sky Sport against the Warriors. The Bulldogs back in round 6. Here's Maguire.
Wasn't used a lot in the grand final either. Didn't enter the field till the second half.
Last tackle Samoa. Their chance to test one out in this breeze. Roberts has got good height on it. Another test for Hiku. He doesn't get it. They come off the legs of Foreign. Should be 6 to go. Thunderball along the ground. It's battled along the line. Doesn't make it to the wing. Well, Perinara wasn't prepared to rule 6 again, but honestly, if the ball strikes a New Zealand player, as I'm sure it hit Kieran Foreign, I don't care whether he's trying to catch it. If a bomb hits you, then Samoa, the arm should be signalled if they get hold of it.
The courageous play here is Simon Mannering, where the camera was just on. He put his body on the line to stop that play. Others stood around and watched when the ball was in the air and coming off knees and scramble D. Have a look at this. But then you watch Simon Mannering try and close it down. Here's a fend from Lou, shifts, steps, and moves the ball out. Didn't quite come in a picture.
New Zealand back in possession. Another run for Vanuve, back over the 40. But you see my point, Isaac Lou gets the ball after bouncing off the legs of Foran from a bomb. And here's Foran with the ball under Proctor. And Lou doesn't get any call of 6 to go. I think Samoa should add another 6.
I like that style of football. Work up the middle, passes across, now space on the outside.
Foran cops the treatment this time on the end of that tackle. Roberts and Isaac Lou. Lafai is on that left side for Samoa. Here's one of those bombs. Good luck. Good luck catching it. No one wants it. Big bounce all the way to the end goal and over. Well, this is a lottery. Every kick that is going in the air, no one wants to touch it.
More conventional rotation on that ball from Sean Johnson. Didn't quite get the spiral. Not sure he actually intended that one to have the spiral. But it could be a play in this game anywhere up the field for the Kiwis. Just to deliver one of their passes. Here's a mistake from Tim Simona.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
This will hurt.
Backwards off Samoa, knock on New Zealand.
Oh, there you go. Well, there's a bit of luck. Backwards off Samoa, knock on New Zealand. Clear call there from Henry Perinara. You be the judge at home of this one. 3
in the tackle. And they're off Proctor into Taumalolo. And then coming forward.
Thank you.
Maybe enough of the call.
Yeah, likewise.
So Samoa will get a scrum feed 30 metres out from their own line. Just looking for some movement off the bench. I think Godinay is now on his feet, ready to come on. A couple of tries, as we know, last week against England. Scored a couple of tries at the World Cup as well.
It's sort of been Ben Roberts that's been jumping in to give Josh Maguire a little bit of a hand when needed. And now Godinay will come in and be the controller. Here's a penalty.
Well, this is going to be a good opportunity for them. They'll get Siasa Su will come from the field and Godinay will dash in. Josh Maguire will probably say, keep me at hooker. But Godinay comes into the match 16.5 minutes in. And Roberts with a touch finder. 6-4 to New Zealand.
Keep coming at him. Come on.
There is the Samoan bench.
Wait for the tap.
Superb conditions here for a test match. And Samoa with Falongo, the captain. Taken down, 3-man tackle. Tackle 1 it is, 30 metres away from the Kiwis line. Godinay along for Stanley and goes short that time for Lou.
Good hands from Lou.
Much improved player. Member of the Sydney Roosters. Now short side, lovely footwork there. Lisa Armour is 10 away from the line. Kiwis under pressure. Quick play the ball. Godinay to Lou. Then Maguire. Now Stanley and Roberts. Roberts gets a kick through. This is a big chance for Samoa. Yes! Daniel Vito. Rock and roll time for Samoa. Great vision, Roberts. And again, brilliant football in a daytime match.
Absolutely perfect. Criticised Ben Roberts a couple of times early with his kicking game. He comes up with a peach here. Absolutely beautiful. Great work down the right. Exposed New Zealand and took them to the far right-hand sideline with some good footwork and a couple of charges. And then Godinay shifts it. They move it along Maguire. And here's the call. New Zealand had pushed up and he found some space. Lovely left foot kick. Daniel Vito. My name's on the score sheet. 2 wingers score. Monga the first, Vito the second.
Great work from the Samoans, finding their fronts, getting quick play the balls. Now with Godinay on there, he's really jumping out and testing the marker defence of the Kiwis. He's given them confidence, the Samoans. They've just got to now concentrate on their transition from attack to defence.
Jason Blackwood's
Owen Guttenbill on the sideline here at Toll Stadium.
Good boys, good Joey.
And Lafai, having had 1 kick from one touchline, now gets to the other side of the field. Now you do goal-kicking coaching at the Bulldogs, and Lafai is the backup to Trent Hodkinson. Does he work on a weekly basis? And
he spent a lot of time working on it in the later part of the year. Kicked in a couple of the finals games when Hodkinson was having some knee troubles. But a worse nightmare for a kicker to be kicking into a breeze, get one from one touch, then this one from the other.
He missed by a long way with his first one, and his second one will go across the face. So 2 tries to 1. They had a few troubles last week as well. They scored the 5 tries, as England did, and yet went down by 6 points. But again, we watch a try with just crisp hands and great kick.
I just love the style of football. They go to the middle, they then go to the edge, they open it up, they're not scared to shift it across, use every art and skill in the game to expose the width.
Has anyone thought about all 4 teams on 2 points after the first weekend? I don't think anyone's factored that into the equation, have they? Certainly Samoa making a game of it, as they did last week against England.
So you suggest England will beat Australia tomorrow, Vossi?
No, I'm just saying if Australia was to win and Samoa was to win here, they could all be on 2. Played by Monga Centrefield, and off goes Godinay, the former Warrior, and now member of the Wakefield side in the Super League. Here he is sending them to the left, Roberts, and Pritchard floats it out for Vito. One of the hardest runners in the National Rugby League. Another 183-metre average per game this year. It's impressive stuff. Maguire Centrefield. If you talk about laying a platform for a good performance, Samoa have done that here with their hard running. Mission accomplished on that. Off the back of Sean Johnson, not played at. New Zealand end up with the ball.
Good call. Henry Perenara straight into the back of the Kiwi player. Johnson, I think it was, so Proctor dives on it. So the first time Ben Roberts goes to the ground with a kick, he picks up a try with Vito. This time he drills it straight into the heels of Sean Johnson.
And Proctor not ruled offside. Came off the hand then of Roberts on the rebound. But if it had have gone straight to Proctor, it would have been an offside situation, an accidental offside.
You just wonder if there's a tactic for Samoa in this half playing into this breeze is actually to run it on the last. They'll give themselves a chance to take it to the edge and then kick. Play on here for the Kiwis.
They obviously rolled strip, and Vatuvei loses the legs in the tackle of Stanley. Hang on, now they're throwing the beast over the sideline. That's not meant to happen. Now Leilua gets in his face. The crowd up close, all of a couple of metres away. And Vatuvei, he's a lover, not a fighter. Ends it with a smile.
I love the aggression of BJ Leilua. He's wholehearted in everything he does. He's got that real sort of baby face about him, but he wants to play. He's got some experience now. Had a good year with the Knights. He controls this right edge, damaging with ball in hand. And here, just wants to ragdoll Manu.
Wow. Ragdoll Vatuvei. That is aggression. Samoa versus New Zealand. Get that into you.
What about the reply? Just Manu's lining up here.
Here's Mannering Centrefield for the Kiwis at 8-6 to Samoa. 21 minutes gone. Week 2 of the Four Nations. Luke, Centrefield for Bromwich. And Perenara confirmed in that penalty that he had ruled strip on Bromwich with that hit up on that previous play. Now Luke, out the back, Johnson, Hiku, well wrapped up by Laffey, ball and all. 8 metres away from the line. Kiwis possession, Farre, Johnson, on to Tapau, who's now out there, the Tiger. In his 3rd test today for New Zealand. Now Luke, Johnson, this time Hiku, oh that's good hands. Farre's got it over the top. Nightingale for the corner, cover comes from everywhere.
Great D, Samoa. The ball too long in the air with a floating pass, didn't give Nightingale an option.
Lovely scramble, and he didn't try to launch a dive. He had an embarrassing moment last week. Johnson's kick. Oh, brilliant hands, back to Johnson. Here they go, Bromwich. Then Kenny Dowell. Oh, dear oh me. It's an abomination at the finish. Kenny Dowell, the bat down or tip on was probably forward, and then through the legs of Manu over the sideline.
Exciting passage. I thought Kenny Dowell done really well to position himself and get back for the tip on. Here's Bromwich. Reaches out.
Hang on a sec.
He scores that.
Well, hang on a second. Did he blow up? Did he score or not? Bromwich has definitely got it down and definitely before he was held. And then the bat on across and through the legs and all the rest. But that's quite extraordinary. They're all there on the spot. This game is getting very lively. But Bromwich has actually, in a split second, forced the ball for a try right under the sticks, and we had no check.
Well, did Henry Perenara actually adjudicate on that? Maybe he shouldn't have even bothered playing the football.
Well, he's not held, and he's right there.
Is it a second movement once he actually extended and hit the ground quickly?
Well, it's a double move. It's a double. It's got to be a decision either way, penalty or try. You can't just ignore it. Wow, this is very much a game that is alive and kicking. And up comes Leilua for Samoa. 11 metres short of halfway. 24 minutes gone. The Samoans, the rank outsiders, local betting agencies had them at $7.50 to win. I think there was one market you could get them $3 to lead at any stage of the game. New Zealand were $1.07 favourites. And this is Fa'alongo to play it. Godinay, 5 metres inside the Kiwis half, onto Pritchard. Gee, there's some big boys out there. You probably don't need that point to be made. But I just saw Pritchard take that ball off Godinay. It was like father and son. Samoa 31 metres away from the New Zealand line. Last tackle, Roberts steady. That may have put Pritchard offside on the chase. He's getting through. Now it's knocked back. Play on Samoa. Back to Maguire. He's got all the skills, Josh Maguire. Now he thinks he's Ben Hunt. He's gone from McCulloch to Hunt, put a chip through. And New Zealand are back in possession.
That was good from Samoa. The last play option had a contest on it, had 2 plays on it. A second kick from Maguire forced the Kiwis to work it out of their own end. And Petaheku, the fullback, did extremely well. Didn't get a chance on the first contest. Found himself in good position for the second, and then brings it out as well. Here's Maguire.
Well, what a half he's having, Josh Maguire.
What can't the man do?
I'll say this, that the Northland Rugby League are hoping that this is an audition and a bit of a qualifier for a World Cup match to host one in 2017, the 2017 Rugby League World Cup. Well, you fellas and women, you have passed with flying colours. This is a perfect setting for maybe more than one World Cup game. Now it's Bromwich with the ball. Bromwich offloads to Luke. On to Johnson. Big line-up, right-hand side. Proctor with that step off the right and back. Oh, Godinay stripped it in a 5-man tackle. I did exaggerate slightly. There might have been 3 there.
How good Bromwich. The only problem was there wasn't anyone within 10 metres of Jesse Bromwich. By the time he'd taken maybe 4 or 5 of the Samoans with him, just had an internal age to offload. Once they shift it to the left, Proctor comes up with it, and then Godinay be from the night.
To Powell, they decided to tap, which surprises me greatly, from 35 metres out. They have no idea what the thinking is behind that. Now Luke, and slipped away there by Matangi, tapped on there to Foran, who did a juggle over the left shoulder. He's recovered from that earlier knock to the leg. Leilua rode Foran to the ground, literally there. There's one of the big charges, Matangi. Test debut for Samoa last year, on debut for the Kiwis here. Luke to Johnson, Proctor will be hard to stop. They did a terrific job. It was Ben Roberts around the legs. Beautiful from the Samoan 5'8". This is determined defence. Stoic defence from the Samoans. Bromwich to play it. Luke, right. Johnson a dab bend, and it's taken dead. And it was Vito for a line drop out Samoa.
Take a bow, Samoa. Perfect defence on their left edge. Getting hammered as well. Johnson with the nice little kick through. Vito, good turn and chase. But the tackle from Benny Roberts was a try saver on Proctor.
We're told David Fa'alongo a concussion check for Samoa, the captain at the moment. Line drop out here for the Samoan team. You've got to give the coach, Matt Parrish, a rap. He has got this side zeroed in.
No early starts.
Both defence and attack. Sean Long, the assistant. They've worked hard, and they're looking to back up a gallant performance last week against England.
He's got some cards in the hand to play yet, hasn't he? Matt Parrish.
Tough one to defuse this, really tough. Mannering able to tap it up in the air. So the set starts 21 metres out from the Samoan line.
Mossy Masoi onto the field, Vossi.
Here we go. To Powell with the ball, and he's there first up. Mossy Masoi made only 11 tackles the last time they met. And yet, those 11 tackles were enough to lead some cracks in the stands at the Halliwell Jones stand in Warrington. He makes another there, 8 metres away from the line. Kiwis with Luke, Johnson, Hiku. Again, outside men coming up quick. Roberts does the job. This is big pressure on Samoa. 12 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been high-quality stuff to centre field. Matangi, nice play. Johnson on to Mannering. Here comes Foran. Foran kept it alive. Oh, no, can't get to it. It's just not bouncing the big fella's way, is it?
BJ Lalua has carves Kieran Foran up. Still coming. He says, where's my breath, Kieran Foran? Had to lift his arms to pass over the top. This left side hasn't been the greatest side in shifting the football. Mannering, the high pass to Foran's a problem. Doesn't catch it out in front of him. Then decides to shift it and cops it.
Well, great defence from Samoa.
Yeah.
They're just getting in there. They're stifling the Kiwis' attack. The last set we saw the Kiwis try and one off. You see Bromwich trying to get in there to make up for his no try earlier on. And then when they come wide, it looks like Hiku's getting pressured and he's not coming up with the right plays. They're trying to get around Samoa, but they keep turning up.
In the wind and in these breezy conditions, perhaps it's better to take the short balls and work your way through the middle of the field. These passes over the top, Samoa reacting superbly to it. And by the time the ball goes up and in the air, it gives you time to make a decision, so you can somewhat force the opposition in attack to fluster them.
I'll tell you what's happened here. This is my diagnosis of the medical condition of Kieran Foran. He's had the ribs on his right side of his body swapped over with the ones on his left in the tackle by Leilua there. That was an awesome challenge, and Foran is struggling to catch his breath.
And
not surprisingly.
The remedy is? Frank.
Well, if it's me, I'd go into retirement, but for Foran, he'll just take his time to catch his breath. That was some shot. Brought back memories of that World Cup match we saw down France, New Zealand. Remember the late shots in that game at the World Cup? They were later than some of the trains. There's the hill. Wow.
And to be fair, when you have your hands in that position extended above your head, you're open game.
Conrad Hurrell on Cameron Serraldo. There's some lovely World Cup memories that come back in this unfortunate moment for Kieran Foran. It's more than just winded. I mean, you know, that sort of knock, well, it could be a fracture. It could be rib cartilage. And they're just checking a very tender Kieran Foran, as tough as they come.
When 30 minutes into this match and the Kiwis trailing by 2, any points on the breeze? I mean, Samoa will turn around in the second half and play a bit of kick chase, you'd imagine.
Well, they've got plenty of confidence if they can keep the scoreline as it is, or go out and get some more points. Godinay out of dummy half, he will be key for them in the second half. The Kiwis, I think, just haven't hit second gear yet. We haven't seen Sean Johnson step up the way he did last week. Maybe now with Foran a bit ginger, Johnson will take more of a lead.
I think he's a bit more than ginger.
And you say, go back into the second row, Kieran. Just bend over in this scrum, so to speak. Samoa with the scrum feed, 11 metres away from their own line. They almost pushed Perenara into the tunnel. Godinay offloading, and Davido's coming off the wing. Pritchard's going to the bench for a rest for the Samoans. He's done his job. He's been quite outstanding. And this is Lafai. There's just no small players. I mean, Godinay is the small fella, but you look at the centres for the Warriors, and I don't have the pack weights of players who played all through the 80s, but I'll go the Kangaroos of 82 or something and say that the two centres for Samoa are bigger than any player that we had back then. There's giants out there. Penalty goes to Samoa, 18 metres inside their own half.
Then add to the value of Vito and Monga on the wing as well, both 110 kilos plus.
Where we going, mate?
And they steady it right down here. What a position to be in. They lead New Zealand by 8 points to 6. A Kiwi side coming off an 18-point win over the Kangaroos. And look, Samoa's making a statement. If the Kangaroos had penciled in they're going to beat, well, they're going to be beaten by Australia in Wollongong next week, think again. So to centre field with Mossy Masoi and all of St Helens cheer. Mig Mossy, 8 tries in 26 games for the Saints this year, the champions. And on it's with Peru getting a start. Cook Islands international now playing for Samoa with Roberts, 25 metres out from the line. Big, deep line set. Stanley out in front. Samoa tries to push the pass, and it was always a risk. He thought there was a little opportunity, but in hindsight, the better play was to cop the tackle and go again.
They'd set this up perfectly, Samoa. And when Tim Samoa took the line on, I thought, well done. Just run, get up and play the football and work yourself back to the middle of the posts. But here, just seems to get the arm extended, goes through the tackle of Kennedy Dow, and in changing it from one arm to the other, loses control. So a couple of mistakes starting to creep into both attacks.
Is another big hombre, Tohu Harris, getting ready to come on. Good player, Tim Samoa. 38 games for the West Tigers. Shoulder reconstruction last year ruled him out of any chance of competing at the World Cup, and I think he would have been there for Samoa. So New Zealand with the ball, 25 metres out from their own line, and this is Matangi. Rips into them. Good bench for New Zealand. Brown, Matangi, Tapau and Harris. They will all have an impact. Here's one of them, Tapau, not passing at a second chance. Stanley did well. Good competitor as well. Stanley playing halfback. Mannering gets inside the 40.
Good run.
So now the Kiwis have a chance to go right. Johnson onto Harris. He gets his first touch. Another one from the Melbourne Storm. Has only missed one game since he made his debut last year, round number 1. In fact, made his debut in the World Club Challenge starter last year for the Storm. As here is Johnson. Feigns to kick, then offloads. Proctor, quick hands. Still on, still the last tackle. Far right to centre field. Look out, Masoi was coming. Now the kick from Hiko. Here comes Vatuve, yes! Wow, they've created that one, New Zealand. And the thunderous footsteps of Manu Vatuve to get there off a Hiko kick.
And check a possible obstruction through to the onside, offside, and down through to the grounding, please.
Just check the lot. Just check everything. Check what temperature it is as well at the same time.
He said, I'll have the works. Henry Perenara, magnificent play. First time Sean Johnson's tried to back himself. Has a crack and comes up short. And Whare comes into the picture. All started with a marvellous run by Simon Mannering, who took some yards on the left, and then way over on the right. This is when Whare gets a football. Now Hiku is a right footer. He decides, hey, I've got a shoe on the left or a boot on the left as well. Let's try and get this one through. Just perfect.
Well, I don't think we've cleared the obstruction yet, but the onside's okay, and the put-down's fine for mine from Vatuve, as it should be for a man who scored 135 NRL tries. Now, where is the obstruction, the possible obstruction? Is it here when he runs back round? I can't have anything there. They're just checking.
Sean Johnson possibly leans the shoulder. And what about the chase from Mossy Masoi?
Okay, so it's the one around the back of Johnson.
He's not going to get to him. Dominic Peyroux.
No.
They can't call this. Big Mossy. You would have seen the shadow come in, wouldn't he?
Well, hang on a second. Well, let's see what they do come up with. Everything else is okay. But are they going to say, well, there you go, no try is the call. Ian Smith, video referee, is going to say that Peyroux, who was, 4 metres away, was denied a shot at Dean Whare. He wouldn't have got to him if he was Usain Bolt.
So I'll ask you this. If Dean Whare ran another 2 metres backwards and was therefore 6 metres out of the picture, is it play on?
And I'll tell you what else happened there. I mean, Peyroux, after Whare's run away at high speed, he just gave up. I mean, he was no chance of laying even if he was holding a paint roller with a long paint roller handle, he wouldn't have touched him. No try to New Zealand. Good luck to Samoa. Good luck to Peyroux. Others may agree with the call. And Roberts to the line. Samoa lead by 2. Adds to
keep coming.
the flavour of this contest. And it's delicious at that. Real test match again. And Lafai from the restarter play gets inside the Kiwis half, right on halfway.
Up now, Jason. Tohu.
Another try to the Samoa. The team in blue would be interesting coming up to half-time. Is Peyroux. Played 4 games in the NRL this year with the Warriors. But here he is up against some of those Warriors teammates. Strong charge. Masoi rolling over the top, taken down by Harris. Now Godinay, quick play, the ball's the order. Maguire beautifully on to Dynamis Louis. Manly Seagull in the Samoan forward pack. Stanley. Oh boy! Leilua has been knocked into next month by Vatuvei. Payback. And that's a long time because it's the first day of November. Wow. Leilua goes to dummy half. Then on to Stanley. Dummies to kick, double step. Now straightened. Stanley taken over the top by Harris and low down by Luke. And this time it's the Kiwis who hang on.
He's hurt himself too here. Cole Stanley.
Stay there.
Perfect time to run the football. 35 minutes gone.
Just give him space.
Looking to kick. And here, I don't know if he's just collected the hip or the knee of one of the Kiwi defenders. Isaac Luke it was coming across low. Look at Manu coming out of the line and bang! Right shoulder.
Boys, give him space.
Rib cage of Leilua.
Give him space, huh?
Says 1 for 1.
That's on behalf of Kieran Foran with
Can
love.
we give him some space, yeah?
Joey.
Josh.
And here,
Josh, boys, can we
Cole
give him some
Stanley comes. There's some open space here. And just maybe twisting into the, maybe the hip of Peter Hiku.
Yeah.
You see the neck and head twist, contort.
Give him some space, please. Thanks, mate. Yes.
8-6. Samoa lead New Zealand.
Yep. That's okay. Cool. All right, we've got a hand over.
Time off here.
Cool.
Kyle Stanley, valuable player. 4 knee reconstructions in his career, mind you. First one as a 16-year-old. It's not the knee this time that they're concerned about.
Just gets jammed. There was no space. Looking to push through. Only a metre away from the line.
Good to see.
Put his body on the line.
Back on his feet. His body more or less was concertinaed there in the tackle. But that is great to see the young fella up. He's had so much bad luck in his career.
Give me another step. He's not
Brother Chase made his test debut for New Zealand. Good handful of years back.
What about the work of Josh Maguire in that set of 6? He was playing 5'8", somewhat, just tipping the ball on, directing traffic around.
You're just creeping forward, shorten the 10.
So Kiwis in possession. Well, you know my thoughts on Test Rugby League. We don't have anywhere near enough, but give me a Samoan full-strength side to watch on a more regular basis, and you're not going to go home disappointed.
Josh Maguire! Here's your 10 now.
Kiwis with the ball just outside their 30. And this is hard work. As Mannering, 8 metres short of halfway, scored a double on debut as captain for New Zealand last year against Samoa in Warrington. Last tackle. Kiwis just inside the Samoan half. No real adventure in this set. So Johnson floats one up. Underneath it, it's to Simona. Did well. Every take is good today. And a penalty goes the way of Samoa for offside.
Great take from Tim Simona. Tim Laffite coming over with the applaud. That ball was floating on the way up when Sean Johnson kicked it. So it was only ever going to float on the way down as well. When you're underneath those, well, you're never underneath them for long enough because the ball's moving so much. In the end, he comes up with the goods.
Samoa continue to lead by 2 now. We're into the final 4 minutes of the first half. And Leilua on the restart. And he goes arm out, remembering that there was a setback for the Samoans in this first half when Fa'alongo went off. And now he's back out there, so he was given the clearance.
Come on, Kevin.
And he was, no doubt once he came to, or just cleared the cobwebs, he would have been, can we get the bit to come back? Look at Leilua. Got a shrug away there from Foran. I'm sure Foran's done 100%. Maguire with the ball, good on his feet. 30 metres away from the New Zealand line. To the left they go. Stanley out to Roberts. Plenty of runners in motion. Simona is one of them. And Johnson gets in a wrestle with Proctor. Farre there as well. Told to stand up and play it. 20 minutes out from the line. Laffey tries something, but into the arms of Hiku. And New Zealand are back with the ball.
He really teases. He doesn't eat Peter Hiku. Feigns to offload the ball out there to Nightingale, who's running around. Stephen Kearney would be going, hold it, play it, get to half time. Quite surprised that Isaac Luke has gone the whole 40 here. I thought Lewis Brown might have been a nice injection into the game at some stage. However, into the breeze in the second half. We'll see Louis Brown get plenty of game time.
Matangi has had a short stint. He's been just taken off the field. Blair is back out there. Now Harris is with the ball for New Zealand. Lost his legs in the tackle. Low down was Dominic Peyru. Very versatile player. That's from inside the 40. But look at the bounce on that. Well, that is an example of the breeze that Samoa will have in the second half. That kick, if you go to the end of the roll, has gone about 90 metres. That's where they're putting down the little marker.
And it's perfect for Samoa as well. Just to take a little bit of time away, get an extra breather, a little bit out on their feet, heading into the 40-minute mark. Plenty of walkers there.
Let's go.
Samoa from the 20-minute restart, and Dynamis Louis comes in. Jesse Senalafeo, the unlucky player, the 18th man today for the Samoans. Louis' Manly teammate. Out it comes, left side, and this man has been good, Lisa Armau. 7th test today for Samoa. 9 minutes inside their own half. Leilua set away down that right channel. Got away from Kenny Dow. Now back to Centrefield. And Tohu Harris. Right on halfway. Godinay. There was Stanley. On to Maguire. Centrefield with Farlongo. A lot better service this week. Another week under their belt. Stanley and Roberts. A lot smoother the work of Samoa today. Well organised. Roberts kick. Nice hands there by Hiku at the back. Lovely afternoon here in Whangarei, just after 5 o'clock local time. And Hiku looks to set the fans alight, but the pass has gone forward. And Samoa will want to pack this scrum quickly and have a chance going up to half-time to score.
When Peter Hiku fends here and takes off down the right-hand sideline, you're looking for someone like Sean Johnson with some real pace just to ignite himself. But the Kiwis were walking. Have a look at this. He decides to take Vito on the outside and gets away from him. And here you need someone looming up on the inside. Whare's trying to get into the action. Tapau's the one in the background for the big guy. But where was Johnson? He was needed there.
Well, here we go. Scrum 39 metres away from the line.
Molan. Bounce. Play on off the foot.
Samoa 40 metres away from the line, and it is Lafai.
Let's go, Simon.
By the clock at the ground, they're saying 30 seconds remain until half-time. Godinay goes to the right side. Stanley, and then goes short to Armau. I don't think they're thinking field goal going up to half-time at 8-6. They may as well go for the maximum points. Godinay gets them right in position. 12 metres away from the line. Clock at the ground says 10 seconds to go. Maguire onto Roberts. Almost obstruction around the back of Louis, and they won't get a chance to allow that play the ball. And what a first half it has been in Game 3 of the Four Nations. Toll Stadium in Whangarei, 3 tries in the first half. Samoa lead New Zealand 8-6. Our first visit. It's such an expansive hill. You'd have to think close enough to about 18,000. Second half underway with Isaac Luke. And a difficult one to take, but well handled by Kyle Stanley coming up with it. And Samoa start this second half leading by 2 unconverted tries. Tim Lafai, 2 sideline conversions into the breeze. Very tough, but it must be said he didn't go close.
Just keep an opening eye on Kieran Foran. He is really ginger out there as Adam Blair. Just a little bit too much detail in the tackle of David Failongo, the captain of Samoa. But he's really ginger, Kieran Foran, so maybe he's been given some time to warm up and maybe get into the second half.
Sean Long straight out there, the assistant coach. First set of 6, hasn't left the field. He's playing out there, the 14th man. Good shot caller to have out there. Now he's going up to Ben Roberts. Right in the thick of things. So Samoa with the ball, 40 metres away from the New Zealand line. Roberts on to Maguire. I mean, it's easy to say it's a bit of a throwaway line, but there's not a bad player in this Samoan side. The contribution is across the field and indeed the bench for them today. Stanley going short, testing the New Zealand defence on that left side. Not easy to handle. It's a strong run from Louis. And just like that, Stanley takes them inside the 20. 15 metres out from the line. Godinay, lively, goes short this time with Amau. Held up by Harris. And over the top was Hiku. Down low was Mannering. What pressure this is, right on the goal line. Look at the deep line for Samoa. They're all the way back to halfway. Roberts goes across, passes short, Payru will be held. Ball locked up by Proctor over the top. Last tackle Samoa. Godinay, little short side play. Godinay will try the kick, knocked on by Hiku, and then forced. Proctor almost caught offside. It'll be a Samoan scrum feed.
This is so deserved for Samoa, and deserved in the execution of pass in the last two plays of the football. Godinay here with the last one. He puts the little kick through and they contest it. But on the far side of the field on the right, it was a pass from Godinay. It was a 25-metre pass from dummy half. That was perfect, right into the hands of Roberts, who could then shift it to Stanley and execute along to the left.
We'll take your pick. That should have been a penalty, but by rights they should get the ball from the scrum, but definitely played at there by Kevin Proctor in an offside position of Hiku. Could be a chance to go short side from this scrum. Roberts is looking over his shoulder. He's got Laffey and Vito there. They go open side with Godinay, on to Stanley. Out it comes for Leilua. Leilua offers a fend enough to get him off his feet with Kenny Dow, then offloaded. This is a real battle left and right side. Samoa versus New Zealand. Monga to play it. Hasn't had too many touches, but one of them was a runaway try in the first half. Now to centre field. And David Farlonga, 5 metres away from the line. And then he's lost it. Well, oh gee, he gets away with it. Penalty against New Zealand.
Let's go.
He played for it. He got reward. Godinay tap to Maguire. Rushes up at them. Luke over the top with Hiku. And he's going to go close to scoring.
Howard.
He's into the in goal. And we'll have to come back to the 10-metre line.
You've got to play the ball, mate.
He's had an afternoon, Josh Maguire.
Tackle one. Josh. On the 10.
Has to go all the way back to the 10-metre line.
Going, Josh.
The headbands come off on that.
Get closer, please. Tackle one. Go.
And now Godinay straight away from a stoppage. They're in position to attack. There's a fend. What about that? Don't argue. What about that try to Leilua? He has put a classic fend into the chest and got his way into the in goal. He may be the world's strongest man. Samoa, their third try. Joey Leilua.
When you look at the Samoan team and you see the strike they have on the left with the likes of Frank Pritchard, and then the right comes into the question. Great pass from Stanley, just to give some space and a one-on-one to BJ Leilua, holding it like a pineapple.
What about the fend on Sean Kenny Dowell, who's what, 106, 107 kilos himself?
This is no surprise. We've watched Leilua do this all year. Brilliant left-hand fend. But the pass from Stanley had to be perfect to give Leilua first the time to catch the football and then prepare the fend. Lovely work.
They were good last week, Samoa, with their execution rate, 94% at half-time. When you've got players with the size, the power, the strength of Leilua in your side, give them early ball. The tank's not empty from defending. They're going to come up with some joy.
I'm going to call that Leilua fend a Samoan sternum adjuster. An SSA. Laffey, another one from the sideline. He can't go too much further back. And with this kick, he's to the right-hand side of the upright. 3 tries to 1, 12 points to 6.
Leading the Kiwis.
Just reward here for Samoa. Love the way they're playing their football, tying up the middle before shifting it to the edges and then using the individual skill. He's been great, Leilua, on that side. Targeted by Manu Vatuvei. Aggressive in defence himself. He steps up to the plate when the attack's required.
Well, I've got to be honest, I thought there was definitely 30-plus points in this Warrior side today. I thought Samoa, 3 tries would see them out. Well, they've got the 3 tries.
Let go now, Tohu.
Let's see where they go from here. 35 minutes to go. They lead by 6. The team that beat Australia by 18. Godinay. There is no sign of let up in the purposeful running from this Samoan side. Outside the 30, they went with Vito. Godine's been great. Maguire has been superb. He started the game at hooker. If you missed the start of this one, the Broncos front rower wearing the lock forward jumper started at hooker. I know it's a story, but it was worth hearing. Fielded there by Nightingale. So using that breeze, Samoa with the advantage in this second half. And good chase there as well.
Good kick from Godine. Found some space, found a bounce. Tied the players up. Vartuve comes in one off the ruck. I've seen that before. Takes two with him.
People who look down on the Super League, well, Godine's a better player for having played there. On his departure from the Warriors, where he was back up to Nathan Friend, his football career's been done no harm over the last 12 months based on what we've seen the last fortnight. Nice quick play the ball, and off they go. Tohu Harris. A little untidy there from Samoa. Now Johnson needs to put his stamp like last week. Kicks it back to the middle. Here comes Hiku. Hiku will jump. It's been knocked forward, maybe by Samoa. No, not by Simona. And Samoa come up with the ball. And charging back they come with Louis. Back over the 30. Real kickstart to this set of 6 for them. And they continue to lead by 6. Laffey now out of dummy half. 5 metres inside the New Zealand half. Godine to centre field. And Vito with another runner. You know, if they want to just play hard, run hard, they've got a 10-man pack. And you count their centres and wingers. Here is Roberts. Kick to the corner. Nightingale turned around. It'll take it over the sideline. There's control in this Samoan game as well.
Both teams making massive yards in terms of each play. So the ruck detail probably not up to speed for both sides. A quick play the ball means many yards out of the ruck. That time Samoa come off their 15 and finish up 8 metres from the Kiwis line.
Start the process, come on, Dom.
Yeah, well, the other factor here is Kiwis looking into the sun in this second half. This is like the old days at your old stomping ground at Belmore. You always used to like to play looking into the sun in the first half and then make your opponents look into it in the second half. Great food there, Sean Johnson. Lovely roll.
With the looseness of the ruck, I think it's prime time for Louis Brown to enter the plate. There's Nightingale coming off his wing.
I think that's what they're doing. Isaac Luke is the player who's gone to the bench, and that gets Lewis Brown out there as the Kiwis get the penalty. So Luke gets his first breather in his comeback game today. Hadn't played since the grand final qualifier for South Sydney against the Roosters. That was the last week of September. There's a big chant going around here for Samoa. This crowd is having quite the day out. 10 metres inside their own half. Proctor will take the first run. I think back to the first half, you know, there were some early periods where Samoa really defended their line well. But since then, there hasn't been great prolonged periods where New Zealand have had possession deep inside Samoa's half. Maybe starting with this set. 9.5 gone, second half. Samoa up by 6. Bromwich again with that light footwork. Brown in a dummy half. Off goes Lewis Brown. Lewis Brown makes 17 metres. Gets them inside the 10. Samoa will concede the penalty. Straight away, Daryl. Your man, Lewis Brown.
There's a flop from Simona. Mossy Masood worked himself at dummy half and they got him behind him, so got to play on now.
Wait.
Big penalty.
Wait.
12-6, New Zealand on the attack. Bromwich shows it left, then goes forward. Oh, they had hold of the arm there, needed to let go of that or fall into a dangerous category. Now Brown, deep and left is forward. There's pressure. I missed the tackle. They lower on Hiku. That could have Krill. Then he's come back to be third man into the tackle, chasing his man. 2 metres away from the line. Slow play the ball again. Leilua all over Hiku. It's there for Blair. On to Tohu Harris. Good tackle. Samoa. Around the legs was Mossy Masoy. Straight out of dummy half. Well, Lewis Brown has got there, but being held up. And it will be New Zealand to come back to the 10 this time. Well, he's having an impact, Lewis Brown.
So now possession the key. 56% for Samoa in the first half. Repeat set possibly on the end of this. Difficult to go wide. Happy to work up through the middle of the field. A ducking and diving Lewis Brown, try scorer last week.
I'm telling you once better. Tackle 4.
So tackle number 4, 2 to go in the set. Harris and then Blair out the back. There may be an overlap here for round. Out it goes to Kenny Dowell. Taken towards the sideline and then taken over. It looked like a second challenge that they're going to rule in favour of Samoa. Great determination.
I've got to say, why go there? Tiring your opponent out through the middle will provide a platform for later in the game. But this time, they decide to give him some space. They lure defensively, he's been on edge. Comes straight across the top of Kenny Dowell. Stops the momentum to start with. Stanley there as well. He's having a whale, this guy. Not too sure about the haircut.
I'm going to be pedantic and say he was already held
All the way in, yeah?
before he then put his foot on the sideline. And I know it is a little known rule, but you are allowed to actually put your foot on the sideline or over and getting to your feet to play the ball and not be ruled out of play. I don't know how that rule still exists in the game. It was written in 1895 or thereabouts, but it still exists to this day.
That's the train spotter coming out, and Andrew Voss.
So Samoa in possession, and now got an A. But it is true, it's still in the rule book. The ball carrier, once held, can basically go outside the field of play and not be ruled out. He can put a foot on the sideline or over the sideline. And here is Maguire. But I can't tell you why. 11 metres inside their own half, Samoa. 28 minutes to go. Remembering no golden point in the round-robin matches of the Four Nations. Deep kick from inside the 40. There's a worry about the late challenge, maybe, from Blair. Hang on.
Mossy Massoy's got something to say about it.
We got trouble here.
Henry Perinara called it. He said that's fair. So let's have a look at it here. Everyone wants to have their say. That's Tim Laffey looking after one of the family.
Well, this is like the good old days to see a sideline official run in with flag raised.
I'm telling you.
Saying, I've spotted something. I've spotted something.
So Benny Roberts kicks the football and he's in the air in somewhat of an open palm across the top of Adam Blair from Mossy. Have a look at this. Well,
yes.
That was more a push than anything.
Yep.
And then he's collared.
Okay.
Well, that's what you do if you're a front row. You get in there and support your,
explain to me first.
your half. You've got to look after them.
Contact on the kick is fine.
Yes.
Okay, Moscow taken it out of our hands.
Yep.
And carried on. Obviously pushed the New Zealand players.
Okay.
It's penalty New Zealand.
Yep. Captain from Samoa and Mossy Masoi.
Well, you've heard it. You've been given the heads up. It's going to be penalty New Zealand.
Okay, we don't need any of you guys. We need the captain and Mossy. Mossy, this is your time to listen. Okay. We've deemed the contact on the kicker fine. Okay, that is fine. What the penalty is for is against Mossy Masoi, then pushing him in the head. So the penalty is to New Zealand, just here.
Serious, sir?
Pushing him in the head penalty.
Come on.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I haven't got too much to add on that. Maybe he could have incited some sort of riot, which maybe would have turned into something, but penalty. There you go.
That's right. You've just confirmed my there you go. As New Zealand get the penalty.
Are you going to kick? Because if you're going to take, you've got to let me get
27
back.
to go.
Okay, let me get back here.
Oh, there's great confusion here. He's pointing as if he's going the sideline, but he's in fact
step.
taking the tap. This is the second time they've done this from well out from the line. First half with a breeze at the back. They declined the kick for sideline. I don't get it. Johnson can kick from the South Island to the north or North Island to the south, and he's not going for the line here. Mannering 20 metres away from the line. Brown to centre field, then for Foran. On it comes, and not able to offload as Blair. Well, there he has able to offload, and off goes Brown again. Lewis Brown, the catalyst for so much good work over the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Josh, get out of there right now.
He has been quite the spark. 5 metres from the line, slow play the ball from Harris. That pulled him up for a moment. Bromwich will have a crack himself. We believe he scored a fair try in the first half. They did not look at it. 2 metres away from the line. Brown again, this time right. Johnson's kick off a leg, fielded by Samoa. Everything turned to gold last week for Shaun Johnson. Today it's more a shade of bronze, perhaps.
Brilliant take from Ben Roberts. Just trapping the football as Shaun Johnson tries to feed it through the line.
tackle 2.
Been so impressed with Samoa. You know, they're making a statement here. They don't want to be little brother anymore. Great efforts here indeed from them. New Zealand getting caught into possibly setting up to play the next player instead of playing what's in front of them. So when the likes of Louis Brown gets the offload from Adam Blair, and it was a special offload, there was actually no one else there to continue it on.
Tim Simona, the player down here,
Let's go.
as he ran headlong into Kevin Proctor. And then
2.
Harris finished him off, and then he sort of twisted and turned, and third man in the tackle. Why wouldn't you have a problem after that?
Yeah.
Bit of weight in the tackle. Maybe you may say prolonged contact around the neck, but you are watching a slow motion replay there.
Jesse. Go, 2.
And referees, or just the referee in this case, happy for it to continue. So Samoa in possession on their 20. Only one try for New Zealand in this match awarded. It was to Kieran Foran, first half. Pritchard gets Samoa to within 12 of halfway, and off they go. Here goes Leilua. Joey Leilua explodes through the gap. Now 25 metres from the line. Still going Leilua. He has had a stormer, as he did last year in the World Cup game in Warrington. Roberts, little underhand pass, going on the inside. Lou will play it 10 metres from the line.
6.
And that is the changeover. Somewhat of an anticlimax.
Brilliant run from Leilua. Catches Simon Mannering and just one marker in the Kiwi side. So ducks out to the right. Takes on 60 metres. They really are on song. Here's the back part of it. Pushing away players. Working himself into the middle of the field. Looking for support. Who's looming? Where are you? Tim Simona, where were you?
And some of the football we're seeing here, maybe the next time he plays rep football next year, it'll be in a blue jumper again. It'll be a blue jumper in New South Wales. Joey Leilua on some of what he's done here. Here's Brown with the ball, can't get away there from Laffey. And New Zealand 32 metres away from their own line. 12-6 Samoa, 3 tries to 1. 25 minutes to go. First ever test in Whangarei. As across field they go to Taumalolo, a name we've barely mentioned today, Jason Taumalolo. This is Foran attacking the left channel. It just has not worked. It's been so untidy down that left side for New Zealand today.
And a couple of the plays here you don't notice is a one-on-one tackle there from Kyle Stanley on Taumalolo. Last week Taumalolo ran right through the middle of the Australian pack, and today Kyle Stanley takes him one-on-one.
I reckon, I don't have the exact minute he came off, but I think it was pretty much close to 20 minutes. So he's had a fair break.
Great footwork from Laffey. What a year Tim's had.
Oh, there's a hell of a lot of football.
Baby, a grand final.
You've got it all. A hell of a lot of football in this Samoan side that they are throwing at the New Zealand team. It's not one out stuff. So much energy. Godinay. And then Masoi on with Stanley and Pritchard. Pritchard holding the ball out like it's a ping-pong ball. And Samoa with it 20 metres away from the line.
Come on now, Kevin.
And I'll say it again, this entertaining football enabled by dry conditions, a daytime test. Now they're 8 metres away from the line. Last tackle Samoa. Godinay will have a little crack. Peter Godinay comes up short.
Wrong play. Vito's parked out here, on the left with his hand in the air saying, kick for me, please. We've got space, but Godinay couldn't help himself. Attacking like he does, ducking and weaving. New Zealand on the rack, really. Let's have a look and see how they work themselves out. Outside backs to come to the fore here. Quick play, the ball's required.
Darryl, last 2 visits to the New Zealand 20. Changeovers on both sets. You know, a side that maybe plays more football together.
And what about that D on Manu? Pritchard and Masoi. There's 250 kilos there.
And back comes Kenny Dowell. I'm going to say maybe a team that's more used to playing football together goes the repeat set. Now Vatuvei got away for a couple of shoulders. Pritchard tried to get a shot on him. Penalty goes the way of New Zealand.
Oh, great work, Manu. He's up for it for sure. Missed a win over Australia last week. He's not going to miss out today. He's been in the thick of it. Had a stellar year. Effort upon effort all year for Manu. Continued here this afternoon at Toll Stadium.
Well, he's angry. He's been dished up some rubbish. The ball coming his way, to be fair, on that left side for New Zealand today.
Here we go.
He's made the odd mistake himself, but some of the balls he's had to handle with. They've come
Let's go.
at gutter height.
Come on, Moss. Come on,
And now the
Isaac.
Kiwis 35 metres away from the Samoan line. Luke is back out there. On to Bromwich. I don't think you could take Lewis Brown off. They haven't. So Brown and Luke are still on. New Zealand 15 metres away from the line. Is this the set for them? There is 21 and a half to go. But the raging hot favourites are still down by 6. Taumalolo handled by the defence. Good tackle low down by Lou. This time foreign, beautiful hands. The defence have done the job again.
And who's defending Leilua?
Samoa on their own goal line.
Framey's jumper.
It's a blue wall.
Great work. Right edge defence. Pushing up, then angling in. The captain Mannering couldn't quite control the football with the attention of the defenders coming over the top. Great play.
Let's go,
Look at the
Samoa,
crowd.
Come on.
Here it is here. As they shift and
I don't
wait,
expect you to be quick, but I
Foreign
expect you to do
closes
more than
out and
nothing,
then bang.
Magnificent.
I understand your
Truly magnificent.
Let's go,
Body
come on,
on the
let's start the
line.
process.
Outside in.
Come on,
Leilua
Quantum.
prevents Mannering from scoring what was just about a certain try.
Sorry, man. Didn't want to hit in the head.
Extraordinary
Come on.
commitment from Samoa. 20 and a half minutes to
Let's
go.
go. Come on, come on.
They
All right,
lead
behind
by
you.
6. And they had the scrum feed close to their line. Conditions have got better as the afternoon has worn on here. 2 days ago, the rain was so heavy you couldn't see one end of the ground to the other. And now they will come out of trouble. And time to test the New Zealand defence again. They all want to touch at the moment. Is that Monga who's come in off the right wing to take that run? It is. He's come all the way from the... Oh, and then he's put Sean Johnson down. And then Sean Johnson gives him a little push, which didn't have quite the same impact as what Monga had done to the New Zealand halfback. Aggression, though, from Samoa. Back up to halfway. Louis that time. Quick play to ball.
Play on, play on, play on.
In fact, it was Sue who took the previous run back out there. And Samoa 41 metres away from the New Zealand line. Got an away to Stanley. Chases maybe offside. Maguire's leading the run. Hiku's underneath it. Looking into the sun, contending with the breeze. It's a great take.
It's a good option as well. Ben Roberts has been loaded with the last play options and most of the kicking here. So Cole Stanley comes up to the fore. And guess who was a chase on it? Maguire was the only one really onside.
And now Vatuvei comes centre field. The Warriors like play, take an early hit up back. Back as far as the 30. They get a bit of a roll on here. Taumalolo, look at that footwork. Look at the step left and right, running it back like that. Twinkle toes. Now Bromwich. Difficult ball to take. Then offloaded, maybe off the ground. Play on the call. The pass from Kenny Dowell.
Last tackle, Big Joe.
New Zealand 41 metres from the line. Last tackle, the Kiwis. And that man was in the way. Oh, Luke's pass almost forward there from dummy half. This is the last. Luke is away. He's inside the 20. He's ankle tapped. Captain alive. Back to Tohu Harris. On to Taumalolo. This is Brown. Out in front of Faray. Faray passes back. The Samoan defence. There's 20 blue jumpers out there. Kept alive by Taumalolo. This is Harris with the ball. I need to take a breath. It's 15 metres away from the line. Then it goes. Hiku's got their kick in. They're coming from everywhere. And Samoa have got the ball with Monga. Get me the oxygen.
Have a rest.
Thank you.
Great kick from Hiku. Great scramble D again from Samoa, who are out on their feet. New Zealand just looking for holes and searching for holes in the Samoan side. Taumalolo decides to go himself. Ben Roberts down low. And then Tohu Harris has the world at his feet. Showing, going, pushing back to the middle. Then Hiku, who's provided a try off with his left foot, puts one in with his right. Kenny Dowell the chase. And most importantly for New Zealand, the repeat set of 6. Samoa out on their feet. The dropout will help. The breeze will take it a mile. New Zealand all to play for.
Well, that play started 2 minutes before it was eventually forced in goal. I was calling Luke a forward pass from dummy half, but that was almost yesterday.
The crowd deserved this game. It's been a real treat.
Line drop out Samoa. Big carry with the breeze. And New Zealand just the one try. That is the remarkable stat out of all of this. The Kiwis have managed only one try. Last time they played Samoa, they put on 42 points. Chants going up from both sets of fans. Wonderful atmosphere here in Whangarei. 19 metres away from the line now, New Zealand, with 17 to go. Almost tired, they come right. Johnson, Farah, good hands. Nightingale will get there. Nightingale doesn't make a mistake this week with a dive and score.
Smithy,
but they will still check it.
Over try. Check the obstruction, make sure it's caught on the outside.
Well, if he's run around anyone, say no try.
Oh, please, the obstruction again. So Nightingale, Jason, not comfortable scoring tries on the left as we saw against Australia. So comfortable in his body position on the right. Let's check with the obstruction. Tohu Harris, no problem there really. Took himself out. And here, body first, straight for the line. Confirmation.
Does he stay control? He does.
Given.
He does. His 22nd test. This one, I think, will be confirmed. Johnson, if that's the case, will have a kick from the sideline to level up. They'll just check again. Johnson, Farah, passes well before the man came through. It was the defender who initiated the contact.
It was Tim Laffey who had already made his decision, which opened up the 2-on-1.
We're not seriously checking the put down again, are we?
And
well, maybe are they looking for the knees of Samoa now?
Coming in over the top.
Oh, don't give me 8-point try or the possibility of one. Anyway, here it is. Let's wait for the first part of it. Try it is. That gets it to 12-10. No suggestion of 8-point try. Oh, no, hang on a second. They will call out Tim Laffey. Just a little caution on the run, but no awarding of a possible 8-point try. So Johnson will try and convert from the touchline to level up.
How valuable the kick from Peter Heku and the repeat set of 6 now in that frantic passage of play.
I don't need you.
The Kiwis get the ball back, and then after, well, basically struggling to find a way through the Samoan defence. This is a tough kick for Shaun Johnson. At practice yesterday, it was nigh impossible to kick one from here, such was the strength of the breeze. I don't think it's quite that strength today. Just have to pick a mark out, and then the breeze will deliver the ball where it wants to once it's run out of energy. Let's have a look.
Well, he normally wouldn't take a sideline conversion, placing the ball inside the 20. That's what he's done here. Johnson to level up. He's going to drive it across the face. No goal, Johnson. 3 tries to 2. 12-10.
Conversion unsuccessful.
Great execution there from the Kiwis, working out a dummy half. Shaun Johnson taking the line on, just holding the defenders. A great line run there. Well, the decoy player, ball goes out wide. Nightingale always going to finish that one.
All right, call it from here, Daryl. Call it from here.
Plenty of time to go. 15 minutes in a test match. Possession the key.
15 and a half to go. 4 nations, game 3. How good has this tournament been so far? Last week, 6-point game, England and Samoa. Then New Zealand knock over Australia. So much drama from that doubleheader in Brisbane. Tomorrow, England will play Australia. You'll watch that on Sky Sport in New Zealand, Channel 9 Australia, across in Premier Sports and other parts of the world.
Good D, Monga on Kenny Dow. Captain Mannering to the fore, takes 3 with him.
30 metres away from their own line, the Kiwis. Trailing by 2.
He's been good, Taumalolo, in his second stint here. Didn't start the second half, been good in the last 10.
It's amazing footwork he has for the big fella. And now Brown, 40 away. Last tackle here for New Zealand. This becomes a big play right here. What sort of result will they get? Johnson's going to try one of those bombs. This is high. Samoa, he's coming forward. It's brushed him. Then he's lost it. Then it's gone over his head. They can't knock on against Samoa.
I don't know if he actually touched it with his hands here, Tim Samoa. He might have got a rough deal.
That way.
The kick was brilliant. No one wanted a bar of it. Again, it was floating on the way up. And watch as it comes down. Simona's in the frame, of course.
Come on, let's go. We're all here.
And does he actually touch the football? Harris there, or maybe a touch there on his left hand as it went up. Certainly, well, maybe makes contact there again, just in front of his face. But they realise the importance of that. Credit to Tohu Harris, who was in contesting the football, or just in the zone, you would say.
This crowd too have been looking down across this massive embankment. They are so into the game. The supporters collectively, some are torn on who to support today. Johnson's with the ball, a hop and a skip, and that loses the ball. And the tackle is Stanley. Tackle number 1 with 13 and a half to go. Unbelievable. Samoa back with it. Simona has a big sigh of relief as a result.
Release! Hold now, hold!
What an extraordinary game this is, as was the last time they played. The fact is, historically, only the 3rd time they're ever playing. May they play every year based on this. Now 5 metres inside the Kiwis' half.
Come on, Tohu.
12-10 scoreline. Again, I remind you, there is no golden point in these preliminary matches. Out it comes for Laffey. Laffey tries a fend, then can't get away from Faray. Close to the sideline. They don't get him there. Dummy half was Roberts. Centre field they come. This is a determined Samoan side. Oh, not a good play the ball from Farlong. They could have been pulled up for it. Then Roberts, last tackle. No change over this time. Back at fullback is Vatuve, just trying to work out the redeployment there. Vatuve fullback. Hiku found himself on the wing.
Wearing it.
I don't think I've ever seen Manu at fullback in my life.
Good play by Manu, growing in his game, comfortable. The B back there as well. Hiku was having a spell on the wing, but he comes in for a run now.
And he's hurt too, Peter Hiku. He's down, he's in trouble. Peter Hiku here for New Zealand. Kiwis with the ball, off goes Brown again. Been a big contributor this second half. That is Hiku in trouble with the trainer. New Zealand 1 man short, 9 inside their own half. Harris with a right foot step, got him inside the Samoan half. Last tackle, some of these Samoans not getting back for 10. Johnson tries another one. Simona says not again. Then he's dropped it again, then dropped it a 3rd time. Well, young Dylan Walker knows how young Tim Simona feels. So tough under a Sean Johnson high ball.
You would have thought that it would have been the other end of the football field, which would have had problems with the bomb. Looking into the sun, the sun's behind Tim Simona here. Not too sure if he actually had to jump for the football. The chase was coming from Kieran Foran. Peter Hiku getting some attention from trainer Donny Singe.
Well, Don just put up the thumbs up to say okay.
Doesn't matter.
So let's have a look. Here, Nightingale gets bumped off the football by Laffey and taken out of it. But there, didn't really need to jump, did Tim Simona. Although you don't know that under it, do you?
25 metres away from the line, Johnson wants to hang on to it this time. And Taumalolo, what a dangerous man to have running. Here we go. 11 minutes to go. Samoa lead New Zealand by 2. This is Lewis Brown. 7 metres away from the line. Crowd are yelling their heads off here. Johnson, quick hands, Harris, held by Laffey and others. Farlongo gets there. Right on the Samoan line, what pressure. Luke throws it short this time, and again the defence able to lock up the ball, prevent the offload. But this time they'll set left. Johnson wants it. He'll get it. Sean Johnson steadies, delivers, and over the top. Josh Maguire, brilliant defence. Strong defence on Mannering. Johnson left. Foran can't get a good kick in. Has Samoa, they've got it. Samoa have got it.
Great work by Samoa. Lisa Naumau comes up on the outside and takes out the passing option for Sean Johnson. So all he had was a kick in behind.
Come on, back to me.
Hiku has come over to play right wing and is still on the football field. Nightingale has dropped back in to the fullback position.
Release! Come on, Jason.
Their first international as Western Samoa was back in 1986.
Let go, Simon! Sean Johnson!
They've never won against one of the heavyweights. They played under that Western Samoa banner until 1998.
Lovely run from Almo. Good ball from Godinate.
Stanley drives it for the corner, takes it out of play. There's plenty riding them home now. 9.5 minutes to go. And they lead by 2.
So where does the inspiration come from? Hands on hips from a lot of the Kiwis as they walk to the scrum. Louis Brown's still 20 metres away from them.
You need a half. You need a half.
Foreign's played busted since the first 5 minutes. Things haven't gone according to the script and according to the plan.
Peter's here. You can stand
Is
up.
that right? Is that right, what I just heard there? Henry Perinara saying, well, if you want time off, form the scrum. Well, that's not his job to remind them. If they're not conscious of what is happening with the rules, well, you can't encourage them.
Should be encouraging
to play on. Exactly. You should just keep your mouth shut. I'm not trying to be damning there of Henry Perinara, but I don't think that's his job. He doesn't have to advise them to do that, tip them off. So they got a little reward there for their attention to detail, or lack of. High tackle, penalty New Zealand. 9 to go. 12-10.
These guys in front of you. Hey, Julie!
No one going home early today. Those coach loads of fans that have come up. I think there were 16 coaches of Samoan supporters that came up from Auckland.
Hold on, no.
The drivers are going to do overtime because no one's going to be in a hurry to get back on board. Mannering. 9 inside his own half for the Kiwis.
Hold now. Go. Very
5
good.
tries has been scored. 3 to Samoa, 2 to the Kiwis. Bromwich has been good again today.
Josh Maguire off the ball.
What an outstanding front rower he is. Now Luke. Taumalolo. Taumalolo is almost away and offloads. Foreign decides to run it. He's 22 from the line. Samoa regroup, but just in time. Plenty of tackles left in this set. Halfway through it. Luke out to the left for Brown. Then they go flat. Mannering, he's offloaded. Luke, oh, Lucas hit, blindsided there.
Let's go, Frank!
He ran into a whole heap of trouble. The shape of Frankie Pritchard. We've got a player down in back play now.
I think that's BJ Lenore as well. Or no, it's not. Maybe it's Lisa Naumau.
Well, I thought he attempted the tackle on Simon Mannering, was it not?
Hey, Calvin.
But he's in a sick and sorry state at the moment.
He's in a world of pain, isn't he?
Mannering took the hit. Oh, yeah, the head just got in the hip. Poor Leeson, arm out.
Coming in.
Head
to the wrong side. Probably bad body position. Fatigue comes into it late in the game for Leeson, who's had a stellar match.
Well, he surely can't stay on. Leeson arm. I know he'd love to in this moment. 12-10, 8 to go. Your nation about to have maybe its finest, well, definitely its finest ever victory. But as brave as he is, I don't think we can leave him out there after that. No official crowd figure posted, I don't believe, as yet. We're so absorbed by the match. But I'll just tell you, it's a really big turnout here for the first ever Test match played in Whangarei. It is the northernmost city here in New Zealand. And I think we'll be coming back here again.
Frank, we're not starting until he gets back. That's fine, but we need you on the goal line. Yeah.
So Almar off. Mossy Masoi to front marker.
Go.
10 away from the line. New Zealand had a chance there to set up. Johnson, lots of runners there. Proctor, great defence again. Samoa just doing the job. It was Ben Roberts. Last tackle, Johnson's kick. There is Simona, and they come up with it. Samoa. Well, Tim Simona, that's a fair comeback after some errors in the last 10.
Go.
Another one of the talented young West Tigers players on show here, the international stage.
Gutsy run from Ben Roberts as well. Just sneaking some yards down the blind side. Vito, what a powerhouse he's been. Working early tackles in a set of 6 for his forwards.
Well, I'll be honest, I can't believe that we've got a situation that we're in going into the last 7. There is so much to admire about what Samoa have done today and what they've done for the international game over the last fortnight, or over the last week. Big run by Mossy. Last tackle, Samoa, 35 metres away from the line. Roberts on the left. I think he'll look for the line, won't he? And Roberts, he's got it. He's got it to the line. Mission accomplished. Wind down the clock a little more.
Pitch perfect.
No rush from the Kiwis again to get back. Come on, Henry, keep the mouth shut this time. Let them work it out.
Interesting set of 6. Mossy Masoi with a good charge right through the middle. Luke and Brown, two of the smaller Kiwis, trying to stop the train.
Yeah, time off. You can stand up.
20 metres gained.
You don't need to stay down. You don't need to stay down. You can stand up. Let's go, Samoa. We're all here.
So time off.
All right, all the way in.
Again, that time Henry Perenara, he verbaled through that. I mean, you have to also have a halfback in position, and he didn't see that Sean Johnson was thereabouts. But again, I'll make the point for the final time. I don't think that's his job. Kiwis with the ball, and this is Whare to the wrong end of the field. 12-10 they trail. 6.5 to go. What an afternoon it's been.
Let's go, Josh. Hold for me, Peter. No.
This has been an amazing result played by Mannering. No game is certain, and this Four Nations Johnson had a chance. Johnson almost, oh, it's it! Straight into the arms of Roberts has gone and passed. Samoa have come up with that. It'll be a knock on. And a scrum feed to New Zealand. Can you believe that? Roberts in one lotto. Then he threw the ticket away.
What about Matt Parrish? He would have gone, oh no, when Sean Johnson goes through. Yes, when he passed the football. And then no again when Ben Roberts decides to dish it out the back as well. Oh, the emotions of the last few minutes. Done so well too, Ben Roberts, trying to close the game down. Going down short sides, finding touch, taking up time.
He can't believe that. He can't believe that Roberts was gifted a ball 25 metres out. Turned it over before the first tackle. Kiwis get another chance, but they are just outside their 30. Tackle number 1. We're inside the final 6. Now there's a defence call going from the Samoan supporters. That's a fair battle for who's had the greater volume. The two sets of fans today. Taumalolo, bull-like charge, 41 metres away from the Samoan line. Luke, feigned to go open side, went short side. Johnson kept it alive. Harris, Tohu Harris is inside the 20.
Tackle 4, Frank.
Tackle number 4. Come on. They could go all the way across the field here. Johnson sets it up to go that way, then steps. Johnson is held by one leg, kept it alive for 4, and he thought about kicking, then goes out the back. Nightingale is with the ball. Nightingale back infield. 15 from the line. He's kept it alive, not held. Luke has got it. Luke offloads Johnson. Mannering down the outside, they'll score. Sean Kennedy-Dale. Sean Kennedy-Dale has put the Kiwis in front with under 5 to go.
Relieved or not, still barking out the orders of Stephen Kearney. They played some risque football, if you put it like that. Samoa, gallant, and not over yet. Kyle Stanley clutching his jaw. Beautiful work. The ball needed to be in the hands of the ball players, the likes of Johnson in this last 5 minutes. The player's been called inside and out. Backs himself, goes up over the top of Godinay before shifting the ball to foreign. One of the players come through on the inside. Then Nightingale searches, props, comes back towards the post. And here, just here, gets an arm free to Luke. Ducks in back in behind the ruck. The hands from Johnson were brilliant. And Mannering just as well before Kennedy-Dale, a little bit gangly and awkward, found his way to the line, and Henry Perenara, he's out of breath himself, calls a try.
I'll talk about exciting, guys. It looked as if nothing was on there. Sean Johnson's taken the line on. Great late offload. Really sets the Kiwis up. You got to take your head off. Sean, he's taken the line on. This guy here, Kennedy-Dale, on screen. He's had a tough day. It'll make it a little bit sweeter for him scoring that try.
Well, it's not over yet. There is 4 minutes to go. It is 14-12. Even if Johnson lands this one, you know from watching many games over the last few seasons, games that go to the last seconds and beyond, Samoa will throw everything into the last 3.5, but Johnson's kick will help the cause to get his team in front by 4.
Not one goal kicker has kicked a goal at this end of the football field this afternoon. All attempts from touch, however.
Ken Johnson inside the 20. Played a big part in the lead up to the try. Samoa just couldn't shut down the ball. Stares it down. 74 points scored at last year's World Cup. The leading point scorer. Johnson's missed well to the left. No one's gone close, really. 14-12. Kiwis lead Samoa. Consecutive weeks for Samoa. They've scored as many tries as their opposition, yet find themselves on the wrong side of the scoreboard. So get set for this. 3 minutes 40 to go. Lafai goes short. Here come the Samoans, but New Zealand come down with the ball. And they do better than that. They do way better than that. And then stripped of the ball is Kenny Dowell. And a penalty goes to New Zealand.
If Godinay's one-on-one here, he's fine. He would have raked it back as well. But I'm not sure the other Samoan player who just gets a hand on Sean Kenny-Dowell. So first contact with Godinay there and Maguire just over the top. You could actually argue that the work had been done before Maguire gets there, but it was raked.
Where are you going? Hi, Sean. Sean, what are you doing?
They take up all the time they can as Johnson, again, points as if he's going for the touchline, takes the tap. New Zealand are with it, 5 minutes inside the Samoan half.
Hold.
I sort of half hope Samoa get one more crack at the New Zealand defence.
Well, certainly they'll maybe have 3 minutes.
14-12. Up by 2, only the second time in the match the Kiwis have found themselves in front, and it's come inside the final 5.
Wait here.
They hit the front after the foreign try in the first half. Scooped up there by Luke. And then left. Foreign has been good again. Has offloaded. Mannering can't offload. Over the top was Maguire.
Come on, Moss.
15 minutes away from the line. Quick play. The ball's hurting Samoa. Luke goes close.
Marcus.
Just shut down. Now Nightingale. Back deep Foreign. Foreign, great kick. Great kick by Foreign. Samoa trapped in goal. Championship play. And the championship minutes by Kieran Foreign.
Gutsy effort from Kieran Foreign.
Anthony.
Players taking an eternal age at marker, deciding where they're going to shift the football. This time it was Nightingale who's come in to play fullback now that Hiku's on the wing, doing a little bit of dummy half work because Isaac Luke had a charge. Short kick from Lafai.
Oh, they almost come up with it.
And called knock on.
And Vatuve ends up with a ball, and New Zealand will get the scrum feed. So Samoa need to rush to the scrum and try and stop the clock. But I don't know whether there's much energy to even do that now. They've put so much into this match.
Really goes to show the value of possession in the last moments of a match. Samoa haven't touched the football now for about 2.5 minutes. New Zealand continually getting calls go their way. Deserved as well. Knock-ons, repeat sets. Just starving Samoa of the football once they hit the front.
All the way in. Joseph, BJ, behind you, scrum, mate.
They qualified for the tournament, beating Fiji back in May at Penrith, 32-16. They have proven themselves a worthy contender, Samoa, in this last 7 days. Johnson goes right side, dummy and dummy. Then passes to Nightingale, who's playing fullback at the moment.
Let's go, Tam!
A chance to totally close it out as they go into the final minute. Untidy there from Whare. Johnson to centre field. There is Taumalolo. I know it hurts, a quick post-mortem, but the Roberts play back at the other field when he got the intercept. If he hangs on to the ball, could things be different right now? But he's been great, Roberts, in general play. Johnson, then Luke. Luke doesn't need to offload. There was a risk of intercept. Locked up there by Maguire. There's another great player today. Josh Maguire has been superb for Samoa. 11 metres from the line. Bromwich up. Foreign. Inside it comes. Blair would bring the house down if the local boy scores a try. 2 metres from the line. There's the intercept. Hang on a second. As Leilua rushes back upfield. Halfway. He passes on the bounce. Oh, hang on. I thought it was pass back and bounce forward. They've caught it, knock on. In any case, it is full time. What an amazing last roll of the dice from Samoa. What an amazing game of rugby league. What a super test match. New Zealand have scraped home against a valiant Samoan side. 14 points to 12.